Good morning, everybody. I'm privileged to have this opportunity to share with you a very exciting project called the African Storybook, which is a digital innovation of the South African organization called Saide, and I'm the research advisor. By way of background, Sub-Saharan Africa has approximately 1 billion people, and there are approximately 2,000 languages. But there aren't enough resources for children to learn to read in the mother tongue, which is the best way for children to become literate. For example, if you look at the Education for All Global Monitoring Report, in Sub-Saharan Africa, more than 1/3 of children are out of school by grade 4, and only 40% of children in grade 4 achieve minimum reading standards, compared to 96% in North America. So what we have is an exciting website called African Storybook, where teachers and parents can download stories, read stories, share stories, translate stories, and create their own stories, funded by Comic Relief in the United Kingdom. Translation is a very powerful multiplier effect. We started with 670 open access stories and translated those into more than 2,700 stories in 90 African languages, as well as English, French, and Portuguese. We also have an app called the African Storybook Reader, which can be downloaded on Android and iPhones, and you'll see cell phones are becoming more ubiquitous in Sub-Saharan Africa and are powered by solar power. We also acknowledge ownership of illustrators as well as authors, and stories tend to be more traditional stories, African stories, so we are preserving oral storytelling for the future. What we see in terms of reading engagement are stories that begin with first words and move on to first sentences, beginning paragraphs. The stories are available bilingually in beautiful illustrations, and children are encouraged to engage actively with text. I've been working on this project since its inception in 2013 with my PhD students, many of whom are from the African context, Juliet Tembe, Sam Mandema, Espen Stranger Johansson, who are all contributing in very, very innovative ways to this project. At UBC, we helped to launch the website in 2014, and you'll see Stephen Toop, who opened this on our behalf. But the main launch was actually in Pretoria, funded by the European Union. We have done field testing on this project in Uganda, Kenya, and South Africa with very excited students, as well as teachers who are intrigued by this project. But as you see, we also have print versions of the stories that are available for teachers and students and their parents. Here we have a photo taken by Espen Stranger Johansson in Uganda, where the story is being projected on a sheet, and you can see why this is very effective for large classes, and you can see the excitement of the teacher as well. The density of stories available is spread across Africa, particularly focused on South Africa, Kenya, and Uganda, and we have approximately 4,800 visitors per month, as well as 35,000 downloads every month. We have partners locally and internationally, 19,000 students in Kenya, very excited, in Nigeria, 20,000 students, and we certainly hope that the Royal Society of Canada would become a partner in this initiative as well. We have a blog where we share ideas, thoughts, reflections to do with community events, punctuation issues, quality control issues, translation, and also what are the possibilities of print in certain communities across Africa. I'm doing research on teacher identity with one of my graduate students, and this is what Monica has to say about the story. When I see my name online, I'll be very happy. Who is this woman who writes this story? But when they reach here, they will want to know who Monica is. We have other research questions, such as translation, very complex and interesting, and the ways in which images can help to transform understanding. And a perennial question is, what kinds of stories are appropriate for young children, and who decides which stories those might be? We have amazing students like Liam Doherty at UBC who have seen the potential of this way beyond the African context, and we have begun translating the stories from the African Storybook into all the languages of the world. And this is very much in line with the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. And you see that by 2030, we want to have a world where there is quality education, no poverty, zero hunger, and institution building. So what we see here is a clay keyboard that represents the hopes of a generation that the African Storybook is seeking to meet.